nails interfere normally?
They actually do.
With what? What part?
The gloves. It makes it difficult to wear my gloves. And when I had longer nails, actually, this is why I have to keep them cut. I could not wear gloves with my shifting hands. Oh.
So what you do to fix that?
I had to cut them. It look cute, or have my hands get hit by all types of rocks and flying debris. So I chose to be healthy.
So, isn't it just the way you do your nails, or is it the length of them also for girls?
So for me, it's the length of my nails. I usually let them grow naturally. So I have to be conscious about how long I let them get.
Right.
It sounds funny that you have to think about that when you're writing, but you do.
It's always something to consider. Even like with my locks. Well, you know, I don't have to say less, actually.
You know, consider the shape of your helmet, or the size of the helmet, rather.
I like freaking Icon helmets, and they have a more narrow helmet. So it's like, all right, is it going to be uncomfortable, or do you want the look? And I usually go with uncomfort.
And then you have to keep in mind how often you're getting a retwist or not, because that makes a difference as well.
Yeah.
If you've got like, 2 or 3 inches of new growth under there, the helmet's going to fit differently.
You're right, because I just got my hair done last week, and I put my helmet, I was like, oh, maybe I should do this more.
It's like, oh, got a little.
I'm not a big fan of retwisting or manipulating my hair too much, but
yeah,
I
like
definitely know
having
the
edges in a hairline.
Let's find a spot in the shade. All right, we're here with Ciara Be, a fellow rider. Ciara, what are you riding?
I am riding a 2002 YZF R6.
Yamaha. Is that your first bike?
That is. It's my starter bike. Got a nice 600 because anything smaller I would have gotten rid of in 2 months or less.
And how long have you been riding?
Motorcycles, roughly about 2.5 years now. I grew up riding four-wheelers.
Okay.
On occasion, if someone talked me into it, I'd ride a dirt bike up the street and back. I don't like them, they're shifty.
Yeah, they're a different animal, but
completely different. And it's funny because growing up I always said I wanted a street bike but refused to ride a dirt bike, and everyone was confused about it. It's a completely different experience.
It is.
It's difficult to explain to people who don't ride them.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with you. So, have you ever fell on your bike? Any accidents?
No, thank God. I always say my prayer before I ride, but I have dropped it 3 times.
That's normal.
It hurts the heart every time it happens.
Oh my goodness.
Twice pulling it out of the garage, and once pulled over on the side of the road and I lost my footing. It's usually when most of it happens.
Yep, I've done it, so I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I swore to God, watching videos, I was like, oh, I'll never drop my bike in the garage. That's silly.
How would I do that?
And then when it happened, I immediately thought about the video. I was like, God.
It's not, if I'll ever drop the bike, it's when will I?
Exactly.
Just hope it happens slowly.
Well, so let me ask you this. What's your style of riding? Do you ride fast? Because it's a sports bike, so everybody know the R6 is an animal. Let's not act like you started off with 500 or 400. You got an R6.
I would say my style of riding is more laid back. I definitely do enjoy to speed, but only on stretches of road that will allow it safely. So I want to make sure, there's no random cars pulling out from a driveway that I can't see, or traffic that's just going to stop out of nowhere,
right,
or other riders that are riding more recklessly that might go down in front of me. So for the most part, I try to keep it within a reasonable speed, whatever that is on a bike, and then other times I'll get my full little bursts on that stretch when I can.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm on off throttle, little bursts here or there, but I try not to go farther than my eyes can see down the road, because like you said, you never know who's pulling out of a driveway that you don't see.
And then this is South Jersey, there's deer everywhere.
Even in the daytime?
Yeah, even in the daytime. I was actually riding yesterday on my way to go meet up with someone, and I had to beep the horn because I saw a deer up the street just staring at me in the middle of the road.
Wow.
The horn actually got it to run out of the way before I got there, but They're out in the day.
Yes, they are. I tried to look. I got one on my GoPro one day, and for whatever reason, I couldn't find it. So it almost looks like I slowed down for no reason. But there absolutely was a baby deer that shot across the street.
Yes, and usually when there's one, there's more.
I know.
So you have to slow down and just keep looking for the rest of the family.
I actually had a guy comment on my channel. He said, why don't you, I love your bike, this, that, and the third. Why don't you ride fast? Like, why don't you just open her all the way up? And I was thinking to myself, like, well, I have some pretty sketch moments just on the video already. And at what point do you open up a sports bike on the street all the way? Where is that street at? Do you know?
I don't. So sometimes you'll find those random places, usually when it's not as bad with deer season, that either it's just one of those roads, there's no turns whatsoever.
Right.
It just leads you from one place in the middle of nowhere to the next place in the middle of nowhere, and it just goes on for miles and miles. And usually those are the places you can do it safely if you've already traveled it before and
right.
You know there's no obstacles, no potholes or anything like that, or you know it's an area where people are constantly dumping because debris on the road is an issue as well.
Yep.
But a lot of the times when you have a bigger bike, it's harder to find those places to really open it up. You know,
yep.
It's only but so fast you can go. Granted, you can have a mile stretch of road, but that
what's
goes
on
by
that
quickly.
Road? And what's on it? Is it one other car that makes you have to slow down? Is it Dairy Road?
Is there, you know, a curb
pothole.
at the end of it? It matters, you know? So to do it safely, usually you only find that maybe close to where an airport is. If it's one of those non-big commercial ones.
Now, how awesome would that be to run the strip? That would be awesome.
Lovely, yeah.
You gotta go to ACO with me one day.
I want to go to
like
ACO
it.
one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten some invites. I don't know why I haven't gone. It's not far from where my family is.
I have my friend is a master mechanic, Mr. Felton Goodwin. He's him and his boys. They're all a race family.
Mm-hmm.
He rents the track out a lot, and I think I'm gonna go with him one time just so I can see what I can do with the bike on a controlled environment.
And that's really where you want to open it up. It's a controlled environment, like you said.
Right.
You know it's safe. You know there's nothing that's going to shoot into your path. The road's already been checked. Like, that's the place to do it safely. Because on the road, there's nothing between you and that road. After that bike is gone from underneath you, got a helmet, hopefully some gear. Most people don't like wearing it, especially in the summer.
Do you wear gear?
I always wear gear.
Ciara, it is like 85 degrees right now. You mean to tell me you got gear with you right now?
It's 85 going upwards to about 91.
That's what they say.
Every time I think about it, I think to myself, it's really hot. It feels so much better just catching that beautiful breeze that I get. And then I think about how nice my skin looks with the sun hitting it. And, you know.
And how would it look after?
And how would it look after all my epidermis is gone? What will happen when this entire arm is just meaty and bloody? And anytime I think about it, you know, you hear those stories, you know, it was the one day I didn't wear my gear.
Yep.
Or the one time I forgot it, and those are usually the days that, God forbid, something happens. So it might not be the coolest looking on some days, it might not be the most comfortable, but at the end of the day, the safety precautions are more important than anything while you're riding on a bike. It's
People
about fun.
ask me all the time when I'm at Wawa, whatever, aren't you hot in that? And I say, yeah, I'd be hotter if I didn't have it on now. And I wouldn't be comfortable to be able to have enjoyment with my ride because I'd always be thinking about if I'm fall, what would happen.
It's peace of mind.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of road rash, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And that was at low speed through, and I had gear on that day. But ironically, the pants that I ordered came that day, and I tried them on, and they were too tight.
Oh no.
So I put on regular pants, and it happened. So, like you said, I'm a firm believer in today won't be the day because I'm putting my gear on.
Exactly.
So we both have gear today.
Yes. And then shorts. Riding in shorts might feel a little bit better, which I'm not sure.
I can't see how, but okay.
With my sports bike, the way the engine is set up,
Right, the heat.
It feels as though it's singeing what little leg hair might be there.
Right.
So I'm not sure why one would like to ride that on the way here.
Maybe if they didn't want to shave their legs.
I don't know. I guess so. It's a free hair treatment for removal. But on the way here, I got hit in the head with a bug, and it kind of sounded like a BB gun shot to my helmet. So the only thing I can think of is, if that was exposed skin, how pleasant would that feel? Because I saw it flying up, going about 65 miles per hour towards my head, and it was this big. So it would have been the equivalent of being shot with a BB.
Yeah, out here is a lot of big bugs. From the dragonflies, and they're all, have you noticed they're attracted to your helmet? Like it's like they almost come in like, why, of all the things you hit, why did you have to hit me?
So the dragonflies, I don't usually have an issue with so much. I'm not sure what these large, hard bugs are that I'm hitting.
Right.
But
I'm assuming they're dragonflies because of the size of them. And they may not be. You might be right. Yeah. They are the most mobile
I don't want to get hit
insect.
by a dragonfly because that's so much larger. It's just a lot of surface. I feel like a dragonfly might actually explode on the windshield.
Oh, it will.
Yeah,
it absolutely will. You've seen them.
Yeah. There's certain bugs you hit and you see their content.
Imagine hitting a cicada. That'd be interesting.
So one insect I don't ever want to hit. I've actually been stung in the shin by a bee while riding.
While riding. Oh, he probably got stuck to you.
While I was going, we were coming in opposite directions, and whatever speed I was going, that's the speed that I got stabbed with a
nice barb
stinger. Yeah. So I thought it was an oil leak at first. It started stinging and burning, and so I got off the bike. I'm looking, checking it, seeing if there's anything spilling from any pipes or wherever. Nothing. I look at the pant leg, it's clean. I pull up the pant leg, I see a tiny little something sticking out, and it was working its way deeper into my flesh. So I had to take a nice little handy knife, and...
You keep a knife?
I do. I keep a knife.
Cool.
And I pried it out of my leg.
Do you always ride with a backpack?
I do. For the simple fact, one, I always need to stay hydrated. Besides being exposed to the elements and being out in the sun, which is going to cause you to sweat, especially with gear, you're also riding with a motorcycle, you know, between your legs that's roughly about, you know, anywhere from 178 degrees to 208 degrees. So it's literally zapping the moisture from your body.
Right.
So I always want to have at least one water bottle.
I have to take that into consideration because I don't do that for myself.
Really?
No.
I'm
a stupid guy. You know, that's why I'm interviewing women.
Yeah, I also keep chapstick just for the simple fact that I just get so dehydrated that my lips start to stick together. I don't want to have additional signs. So
Again.
Lotion I keep as well. Like I said, the bike really dries you out. Hand sanitizer, you never know. Napkins and things, you know, if I need to check to see if oil spilled somewhere on my bike or if it's leaking out, the napkin will help me tell easily. If you get grease on your hands, some type of alcohol definitely helps to get that off. Also, I usually try to keep a screwdriver and a few other things in here.
Right, some basic tools.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy's really good with having tools, and we always need them. I never have mine, so that's why I say we always need his. Like, yeah, he's got them.
Yeah. I usually ride by myself, so I try to make sure, you know, God forbid something happen, I at least have a few things to be comfortable until...
So you're a lone wolf too?
I am.
Lone wolf, meet lone wolf.
A few reasons. One, as an adult, it's difficult to match up schedules. Two, there's not too many females that I know personally that ride.
That was one of my next questions. You stole it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll circle back to it. Three, riding with men. From my experience, for the most part, most men are much more aggressive in their manner of riding. Not all, but some. Usually if you meet them out randomly, those are the ones that want to lane split and, you know, cut through.
Do you lane split?
I
Somewhat.
don't prefer.
Tell the truth.
Okay.
You have.
I lane split only if I know for a fact that it can be done safely, and if there's an additional 2 more ways to escape should somebody cut over left or right at the last second. It's not my preference. It is absolutely not my go-to. Sometimes it is a necessity when other people don't pay attention to you being on the road, and they cut you off. So you need to be able to maneuver and be defensive at all times.
Which is definitely an everyday occurrence on the motorcycle. People do not pay attention to bikes.
I've literally been going 95 miles per hour, boxing between a car in front of me, a car behind me in the passing lane. There was a car to the right in the slower lane, and I watched at night as he just looked in the rearview mirror like this for about 30 seconds or more, and then just proceeded to go left in the lane that I was in. Even though I have regular motorcycle lights, I have running blue lights so that you can see within a 6-foot radius that there's a vehicle coming towards you. So that's another thing that I do. The lights, they're not just for decoration. They're not just to look cool. It's to also let you know that if you don't see me from the front, you can also see my motorcycle from the side and behind me, because there's a glow with about 6 feet around me. The person completely just did not look at all. If there was another car there, he'd make the car. He came into my lane, and I had about this much room between myself and the rumble strips, going 95 miles per hour.
Sounds like you knew what to do. You're here.
So in those situations, you always have to expect the unexpected. You have to realize all the dangers that you face, but you can't be scared of them. Being scared, it causes you to panic, and you have lesser time to react. When you stay calm, it's more time to react, and the faster that you react, the better the outcome is more than likely going to be. So, you know, I kind of stayed calm, beeped the horn, he still didn't hear it, kind of had to hit the guy's window because he was that close, and then he realized.
Did you rev at all?
I could not rev. The exhaust, it's not stock, but it's not the loudest.
Right.
You definitely will hear my motorcycle over some other ones that come with a stock pipe or smaller bikes like that. But like I said, it's not the loudest. It's not everyone wake up in the neighborhood when I come through it and it's loud. Pros
and cons. I'm on the fence. Like, I like a quiet exhaust because you can, like, I had a Ninja 1000, 2018 one, and you can rip through the neighborhood so smooth.
And no one's gonna call and complain.
Right. You could be speeding and no one knows. But on the same token, no one sees you.
No one hears you. I've seen an electric motorcycle, and I thought to myself, this can't be, but it made no noise. And I just thought it's kind of cool that it's, you know, economically, like, safer, it's better, you know.
We'll talk about environmentally, don't say that.
It's environmental.
Yeah.
But
you gotta make electricity.
I guess, but it's cleaner than fossil fuel, I suppose. But you can't hear it at all. At all, and that's terrifying to me. If someone, once again, does not see you from the side, you can't even rev your exhaust at all. Forget even crossing a sidewalk, someone can get hit. You know, if you don't hear that motorcycle at night.
You group ride? Ever?
I've rode with 2 other people before. I like to stay in the back to give everyone a chance to decide if they're going left, right, where they want to go. If someone drops, I'll still be all the way in the back and have time to react and then check on them. I don't like being in the middle. I don't want to be in the front because usually other people want to shoot by.
So, back to what you said about riding with guys. There's a lot of bravado, a lot of macho-ness. Or you generally have rode with responsible riders?
When I ride with people, they're responsible riders. That's the one reason that I do ride with them. They're people that, yeah, they'll go close to 200, but they're not pressuring me at all.
Right.
It's in a space where they know I'm going to catch up eventually.
Yep.
And they'll tell you, you know, catch up in your own time. I'm not going to leave.
Yep, we're gonna make a right. I'm following you. Be. This is your boy Zedhead. Let's get her done. Ciara's on the R6. Is up. Nice, right? I got another spot up the road though. You're gonna love the road that we take. This is the road we're about to get on. You can open up on that road. Okay. And you'll know where we're at, what I'm talking about. well, the bridge is up right now. They said the bridge is up, but this is the same lake. It's all that brackish water.
It's a lake?
Yeah, it's a lake. It's a salt water, freshwater lake. Wow. Yep. And the other houses I was telling you about is across the bridge and around the other side. Oh my God, I hate them. Hate you. These people do. Like as we ride up, you'll see they got. See, that's a dock. And each one of them has their own dock. Pretty cool. I'm gonna show you the other spot because there's more. Like there's nothing up here other than the view. The other spot's got the view. We can kind of get off. to park it down there? You want to park it down there? It looks safer. Keep going. That's good. You get right there. You want to go more? How'd you like that road? The one we just came off of? That's just bad. That's the road I usually open up on.
I see why.
That thing is awesome. Now this is a great kayak spot too.
Yeah.
You can definitely bring your kayak out here.
Funny, I think I might have stopped by here too with my friend when we were looking for spots, but it looks different when the sun's actually up.
That's right, you were night kayaking.
What's your bike's name? What's your bike's name?
I'm stuck because Kronos, which was his predecessor, which was the other 14 I had, was such a good name for that bike. Like, so I've been calling him TGM, or the Green Mile, aka the Great Gatsby. Gatsby though. And what's your bike's name?
My bike's name is Azul, short for Azul.
Azul has a meaning?
Blue.
Blue? Okay. What language? Should have known that. I work on my Spanish. You speak Spanish? Okay, one more time.
I don't know how to speak Spanish. I need to learn.
Well, you just said it in Spanish.
Yeah, so you know how most people
So it's just
speak
poquito.
Spanish and they say no English?
Right.
That's my
Right.
version, except I just learned how to say it. That's as far as I get.
Is this awesome or what? It's picture worthy.
Bye.
You gotta turn around and do like this. Victory! We made it!
I almost want to stick my feet in and then I see what the bottom looks like and then I don't.
What's wrong with the bottom?
It's sand. It's not even sand.
Hello. It's sand and rock.
It's dirt. It's like dirt and rock.
It's
It's
sand.
the same stuff? I guess it is.
Yeah, it's sand.
It looks, I was going to say dirty. It looks dirtish. It looks dirty.
Probably good for your feet. Did you just say I got slave feet? That shit, we recording. Little man over there tripping.
They don't look ugly, but they're Ford tough.
They Ford tough.
I'm a hippie. I don't like wearing shoes, and it's hereditary.
So then you should be okay with putting your feet in the sand.
You would think, right? But I'm also going to have to put my socks back on. It's really sandy up here. Who's listening to Juicy?
Damn, good ear. You're right. It's not loud.
Is that Juicy or Juicy?
No, that's juicy. Whether it's biggie or not.
That's Juicy fruit. Juice.
And you heard that.
You ever? No, that's the big version.
It is biggie?
It is biggie.
I ever what? Ever what?
Oh, if you ever notice me, I'm always constantly like this. insect that's flying by, a bird, a leaf, tree, sound constantly.
You cognizant of it?
Yes.
Is it paranoia or awareness?
It's awareness.
Okay.
For the most part, a lot of times if it's indoors, I can diet down. But I've actually, strangely enough, broken up several domestic abuse from my hearing. I've also woken up out of my sleep. Something going on outside.
So if you ever have kids, they get creeping out no windows.
No, they're not getting
You'll not be creeping out. Like, did you just go out and buy it off like Craigslist or Facebook?
So a lot of my other cousins ride as well, and one of them knew somebody who was selling it. Like, sold it to me.
Cool. Yes, I'm recording it.
So when I was younger, when I was a teenager, getting ready to get my license, I told my mom I wanted to buy her a little 250 soon, and she immediately told my mother to sell it.
Your mom had a 250?
My mom had a 250.
So this is something that's in the blood.
Yes, my dad, I forget what bike he had. I know he had a Suzuki when I was younger, and he had that one until it got stolen. I have probably at least 6 older cousins that were riding as I was growing up, and
You ride with any of them yet?
no. One of them, they did have a Jitsu 750. He let me practice on that one. I didn't go past 3rd. I was young at the time, but
You're still young. How old are you?
31.
Okay.
At that time, I think I was still 19. Just driving the car was still new.
Gotcha.
Now, on the rare occasion, I do ride with 1 or 2 of my cousins. We enjoy ourselves. That's our family time.
Absolutely. Nothing like that. I definitely think a family that rides together stays together. That's for sure.